Good morning, folks. This is Naeem Azam, Chief Market Analyst at Evertrade, and happy Friday to you, folks. So that means it's weekend. And that also means that we need to revise our outlook. We need to revise the price action for two major commodities, and that is gold and oil. So let's have a look at the price action a bit more closely and see whether we are with respect to our price levels. Before we do that, as always, it is important for me to go through this slide of disclaimers and risk warnings. Anything which we'll be discussing in this particular video cannot be perceived as an advice. If you are seeking for one, please do consider consulting with your own advisors. Now, I'm going to bring out the MT4 platform, which I am sure all of you guys are very much aware of, and then how to trade. So the chart which is right in front of you right now is your gold chart on a daily time frame. But before we do that, what I kind of wanted to do with you guys is wanted to read a few headlines. Let's just go and then see what exactly the fundamentals are really talking about with respect to it. So we'll have a look on that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring out all the news on a Bloomberg terminal. So the terminal that you see in front of you now, this is the Bloomberg terminal. But don't worry about it, because all what I'm doing over here is I'm going to go through all the important news that we have seen during the past few days, and then see if there is something which is really standing out for us in terms of those fundamentals. So as you can see, the over here I have all the timestamps for the each and every single news. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna filter out some of the news over here and then see what exactly that news could what it really means. Right. So first of all, I see this headline. It pretty much pops out for me, which says that miningnews.net put out the news which says gold stocks very solid. Okay, so that means that anything which trades on the back of gold mining stocks, they are looking positive. So that remains a positive aspect for us. And then we say virus policy wrap. Okay, fiscal monetary policy action amid the pandemic. Okay, so this headline, what this headline really means is what it's really telling us that look, there is a fiscal or there could be more fiscal policy support, and that we know for sure that whenever there is a fiscal policy support, that means that there is likely that is going to produce more favorable results in terms of gold. So that is what this fiscal and monetary policy action, this headline really means. Now, the next headline that is really popping up for us is gold prices rise to 51,000 rupees. So that is pretty much in India that they're talking about. So the gold prices are still surging. Again, that is positive news, because what the different indications are that yes, the gold prices are maintaining their upward trend. And if the prices are maintaining their upward trend like that, going to the upside, that means that things are going to continue to improve from there onwards. So that's what it really means. Okay, then the next one, which really kind of again, gathers my attention, comes from Bloomberg Terminal platform, which says the gold heats for second weekly gain. Now, this is very, very important headline. So what this tells us that look, last week we had a positive week for gold prices. So if we just go back to our MT4 platform and then look at the weekly chart, and then let me explain that a little bit more in that detail. So this each candle over here, which is green, represents a move to the upside, and each red candle represents a move to the downside. So this candle, because it is green, it is showing us that last week we had a positive week in terms of gold prices, and this week we are also set for another positive week as well. So that is what that headline was really telling us, that gold is moving. The Bloomberg Terminal website that said that okay, the gold is set for a second weekly positive gain. So again, that this shows us that yes, the momentum is to the upside, which is pretty positive for us in terms of reading those news and everything in relation to that. Now, We will continue to read a little bit a few more headlines before we move on. Now, this one is again very important, coming from CNBC, which says that UBS, which is a major investment bank, says that is very bullish. So meaning very bullish, meaning that it is thinking that the prices are likely to move to the upside. So what this headline really means is that yes, UBS is telling us, what they're saying is that yes, the price action is likely to be very, very bullish. What bullish means is they expect the prices to continue to perform, to continue to do much, much better in the coming days. So that is what really that means in terms of that, right? So let's go back to our price action again. To our MT4 platform, and let's have a conversation on the price action and see what exactly it means with respect to it, and then let's have a look on some sort of price levels as well with respect to that. So when I look at the price on a weekly time frame, so what is the difference between the weekly and daily time frame? The weekly time frame, meaning that this shows the overall trend of the price, much bigger time frame. So over here you are not going to get the buy and sell opportunities that much. This is for some investors who wanted to look at the price from a long-term perspective, and then they wanted to see, okay, look, tell us whether gold prices are going to continue to move higher or whether the gold prices are continuing to move lower. So that is what the weekly time frame is really maybe about. So it is buy and hold strategy sort of thing. So on that time frame, what we can see clearly that the price is trading to the upside, right? Because over here we have a very, very strong upward trend in terms of a price. You can see that because the price started its journey from 1327, and now it is trading at near enough to be 1915 price level. So that is pretty good. Now, what are these price levels over here? This and this. What are these ones? So let me explain that. So this one shows the average 50-week average price. This particular index over here, or this particular line, shows the 50-week average price, and that shows that the 50-week average price for this one is at a level, there is something which is in around above the 1655 price level. Now the 100-week the 100-week average price is around 1500 price level. This is what this one shows, and the 200 over here shows that the price is near enough to be around 1315. That is where this one is trading at, right? So that is what we are saying. So why they are important? That means that if there is any correction meaning if the price moves lower, this is the area where the price is likely to come and bounce back to the upside. That's what it really means in terms of the price levels. Now, when we talk about the daily time frame is still meaning buy and hold time frame, but in this one you have a bit more upside and downside moves, as you can see. And over here you see that the bit more volatility, bit more choppiness in terms of a price. Now, what we're seeing on this one is that for the last number of weeks, the price is very much trading below this downward trend line. The significance of this downward trend line is that if the price cannot break to the upside from this trend line, if it doesn't break to the upside, that means that the probabilities are that the price will continue to move to the downside. But then we have another upward trend line, and that shows that as long as the price continues to trace to the upside, to the above this trend line, that means that we are still likely to move to the upside. So that's what. And then when we combine them two, this makes a bit of a symmetrical triangle. So it means that as long as the price continues to trade within this range, we have no upside or downside move. It is a bit of a consolidation move. But now, as you can see that the price is more trading right over here near its upside to the downward trend line, meaning the price is really ready to break to the upside from here. So that is what really it means in terms of its daily time frame. Now, if the price does break out to the upside where the next level of resistance is, or where the price can, where you can take the first sort of a profit, is really in around this price level. So that is that 2000 price level. It's right over here where we can see the first sort of a resistance. So when we say resistances, that means that where the price can again continue to consolidate and can continue to move to the downside. That's what it really all what it means. But if the price fails to break to the upside and then moves down, then I'm expecting bulls, and I'm expecting more buy orders to come around this level. Sorry, just the line just went a little bit more up. So I'm expecting the buy orders to be coming more in around this price level, which is between 1902 to 1919. So that is the price level that I'm really looking at. So now let's quickly have a look at oil prices, because we did say, but we don't have much time left on that. But with respect to oil prices, what we are seeing is on a daily time frame, again, is the concept is very similar. We're seeing this massive upward move which happened from this 100-day moving average. The concept is very similar. What we discussed on the gold price, that this is where the big buy orders are sitting in. The price touched this 200-day moving average, because we are on a daily time frame, as you can see over here. So that means that these moving averages, these things, these lines, they become your daily, and on a weekly they become weekly. So basically, this green one on the weekly shows you the 200-week average price, and then on the daily it shows the 200-day average price for that. So you can, whenever the price comes close to this one, as it has over here, the chances are that the price are likely to move up, and then that is what really it happened over here. And now the price is really challenging its 50-day moving average. Now if we clear this one, then that means then the prices are really going to continue to move to the upside. So this also means that we need to redefine our resistance and support zones, meaning the areas where the price can really can find some sort of a resistance, or it changes direction. So for me, that area of resistance is very much on the top of this chart, in around this level. I think if the price continues to move over here, and then it can see some sort of a retracement a little bit more, but if the price breaks to the upside, then it can continue to move to even more to the upside, and that means that the price can really challenge the previous levels that we have seen right over here, the 49 level, or even the 57 price level. But again, these levels are not anywhere close for us to get into. I think right now the most important price level in terms of this remains your 50-day moving average, and that is where I am more focused on. All right, folks, that's all for today, and I'll see you guys next time.